It's nice. Rose wants a bath. You want a little more? No, this is not boiling water. I just have to use something big to get the sink water down there. So Rose is going to take a bath. Let me get some good lighting here. How did I know Rose wanted a bath? When she flies to the sink and looks down into it, like she's going to jump in, I know she wants a bath because she has actually taken baths in our kitchen sink before. So, and our sink is a little too small for her to really fluff out and spread her wings. So I got this great pan for her, and it's just big enough, and it's easier for her to hop in and out of it whenever she wants, because obviously the kitchen sink is quite a bit deeper than this pan. So she likes to kind of just hang out. I've seen her just lounge in her bathtub for a good 10 or 20 minutes before splashing around. Other times she just does a quick splash or two and then gets out. So her baths can vary in length. She does tend to get super fluffy. I don't know if you can tell, but her feathers are all fluffed out in front of her face. And yes, they do drink their bath water. That's okay. They can handle it. And sometimes they can get pretty splashy, so I set down the towels. Maybe some more pigeons can get adopted by learning how it works. It's so easy and fun. Look how fluffy you are. Yeah, she's just lounging. I think she's happy when she's fluffed out. She just dropped her left leg so she can soak her left side a bit more. See, pigeons love to be clean. They don't want to be dirty. Some pigeons like just a misting of water. Some pigeons love joining you in your shower. Seriously, there are pigeons that will follow their owners up to the bathroom. And especially if they're on a regular routine, the pigeons know these routines. And as soon as that shower starts up, they want to go in with the person in the shower and hog the spray. I haven't seen it because I don't think anyone's going to film themselves in the shower with their pigeons. But it's true, I believe it, because I do see pigeons in aviaries who their owners hosing out their aviary to clean it up. And the pigeons who live in the aviary will get right in the hose spray and shower themselves in it and love it. And I think Rose is a fancy lady, so she prefers a big bathtub. Her tail never folds up. It's always fanned out like that. It can either be up against her head or all the way down relaxed like a skirt, but it's never folded tight together. She never seems to get her top feathers very wet. She could splash more, but I guess she doesn't really want to. When she comes out of the tub, I have these towels nearby, and I just kind of gently have her walk on the towels. I might help encourage her by picking her up and putting her on the towels to dab away the extra water. so she doesn't dribble water all over my wood floors. Some people are known to wrap their pigeon up in the towel, like a burrito, and dry them off that way. Pigeons don't technically need to be fussed over like that, but it makes the owner happy, and as long as the pigeon's happy and comfortable, there's no harm in it. The only reason I don't wrap my pigeon up like a burrito is because I did do it once early on, and I noticed either that day or the day after she had a broken foot feather. So she's got the feathers on her feet. A lot of pigeons don't, but some of their specialty breeds do. And I probably, broke one when I had her wrapped in a towel. So, and I'm assuming, kind of like hair, the feathers might be more delicate when they're wet. So I don't want to risk damaging them, because a broken feather, especially if it's a young feather like a pin feather, they can bleed, sometimes excessively. Usually they'll just clot and heal on their own, but every once in a while, if it breaks at just the wrong spot, it can be kind of bloody, and you may or may not need to take them to the vet or have something at home. You should always have something at home that can quickly stop the bleeding. Something most people tend to already have is cornstarch, but there are other products that you could buy specifically for that. And that's a whole other topic of bird first aid. But in general, I don't wrap my bird up in a towel because I don't want to break any of her feathers. And so that's why I just let her walk in a towel. And like I said, she's not getting super wet right now anyway. So. Her tail's straight up. So I've edited out several of the minutes of her just sitting still like this. And she's out. All right, I gotta go catch this little one before she puts water all over my floor. One more thing, I don't know if this is true for all pigeons, but mine seems to have a hard time flying when she's wet like this. So she stays on the floor for a while, just kind of walking around in a silly way. Her wings get stuck up in her tail. So I just make sure that I keep an eye on the floor for any poop, and I just let her have her time on the floor. And she's always welcome to be on the floor anyway, but I don't know, she seems to mostly want to be on her perches when she's dry, flying back and forth between them. But when she's wet, she spends a lot of time on the floor until she's a bit drier, and then she can finally fly up to wherever she wants to go. So make sure you keep an eye on them when they're wet. If they try to fly and seem to struggle with it, then just, hang out with them, keep them company. She just kind of sat down right there.